Yo, what's up? My name's Patrouski. Welcome back to another PokeMMO stream recap, your daily source of news, tips, tricks, information, and just what's happening inside of the PokeMMO community, what the discussion is, what the community's talking about, what people are concerned about, and what people are happy about and proud of with the game. Welcome back. It's an honor to have you. This is the stream recap 326. Don't worry, you don't have to watch them all in order. It's just a daily sort of thing to bring you some PokeMMO content. So we are 45 hours in, boys. I've been loving the Ironman account. I've switched my main account, at least temporarily. I don't know how long this will last. We're really just taking it day by day. Thanks for the Brewski with the 1,000 bits. This song will now play during the intro. That's totally okay. You earned it, bro. Thank you for the 1,000 bits. I've put in 45 hours. You play like 20 hours off stream. I have played 45 hours of this account in 4 days. This account was created on 5/12. It is 5/16 right now. It's the beginning of day 5. It's the beginning of day 5, and I have not logged any hours today. I'm just waking up still. I love this account. I love the Iron Man. I genuinely feel like everybody should try an account like this, and I genuinely feel like this could be a revolution for PokeMMO, and I genuinely feel like this is arguably how the game should be played for some. Not for everybody. If you don't have more time on your hands, if PokeMMO is already sucking up too much time, don't try this, but I've been loving it. Now, speaking of the Iron Man account, there's a big, I don't know if controversy is the right word, but a thing that I've debated back and forth. Should I be able to participate in unofficial catch events and unofficial events? I think my answer is going to end up being no. But it's really close. It's really tight, okay? I'll explain the positives and the negatives, okay? For example, for those who don't know, there's an unofficial catch event coming up tomorrow. By the time you're watching this stream recap, it might already be over. I'm going to try to get this out to you guys as soon as possible, though. But I have a lot of really important videos this weekend, so we'll see how things get scheduled. I have an important gym rerun guide, new gym rerun guide coming out probably this. I think I might reschedule things. Because I think right now I'm planning to release the new 2025 Gym Run Guide and the Iron Man Episode 1 in the same weekend. I don't know if I want to do that, but I think I'm going to. I don't know. We'll see. Hopefully people enjoy them. Anyways, welcome to Phoebus Pawn's first event. This guy is hosting Maxi Moist. Shout out to him. He is hosting a Phoebus Catch event May 17th, Saturday at 2 p.m. ET. Over at Route 119 in Hoenn. Channel 5, make sure you're on Channel 5 to see where everybody's hunting at. And it's a Phoebus catch event. Here's the spawns. Here's the things to look for. First place prize is 3 million Pokeyen. Second place prize is 2 million. Third place prize is 500K. And fourth place prize, if as an Iron Man account, this is the prize that I would go for. But I don't think I can allow this. The problem is, unofficial catch events are technically still trading with a player. The problem is, this is trading with a player. I don't think I can count unofficial catch events. There are plenty of official catch events every single week. Every single official catch event is there's only certain prizes that official events can give away, right? Official events can only give away RP, shiny Pokemon, good IV Pokemon. However, unofficial events can give unique prizes, which is cool, but I think it interrupts the balance and is problematic for an Iron Man. If I could just get 3 million Pokeyen, I think that's too weird. It hurts the balance too much. And things like a burger hat, I should have to earn via like their legitimate ways. It'd be a cool way. I like the idea of unofficial events being one of the few ways you could actually earn old vanities. For example, on an Iron Man account, you literally cannot get old vanities. Like, a good example being the let's just do the what's an old vanity that I love, like the glistening purple wings, for example. These were a limited vanity that released in 2022. Most vanities in Pokemon were limited vanities, right? I can never get these on an Iron Man because they were limited. They're never coming back. They're gone, right? However, I think that what makes an Iron Man special is having those restrictions. And if someone had this item on an Iron Man, it's like, oh shit, they created an Iron Man like before 2022, which would be crazy. Like very few people have done that, Maybe they farmed a catch event. Like that'd be really, really impressive. So I like the idea of trying to have that real oomph, if you're making a restricted account, you've got to stick to your restrictions as much as possible. The more like exceptions you start to make, the less value, the less prestige I feel like that account holds. So I really, really want to hold a very big prestige with my Ironman account. So I don't think I can participate in this catch event, unfortunately, even though the prizes are cool, but you guys can. Check it out tomorrow, May 17th. Next up, we have some important suggestions coming in from the PokeMMO community. This is the suggestion box on the forums, which I think is a super underrated, super underloved part of the forums, where people make suggestions talking about specific parts of the game and whatever they want to see in the game, right? This is GB Weed. I've known of him since like 2013, 2014. This guy was a legend in the PokeMMO PvP scene as far back as 2013, 2014, and he is still active in the game today and still very knowledgeable in the PvP scene. And he wants to talk about matchmaking reward mons. I have not read this post yet, but what I can say, I've been advocating for a hotfix to PvP reward mons. I think it is such a problem that it needs to be hotfixed. There's other things that we could solve, which I'm sure he'll talk about more, but the fact that PvP reward Pokemon, if you don't know, are the mons you get from winning enough games per season, right? Within 14 days of it. I'll have to be working towards Hitmontop today. It's one of the coolest rewards for an Ironman account, okay? The problem is these Pokemon don't have hidden ability access. That's a massive problem because when there are Pokemon like a good example is Dragonite. Dragonite is, I think none of these are a good example today, hilariously. None of these need hidden ability, for example. But a mon like Dragonite, okay, when that's an OU PvP reward, that Dragonite is actually useless. Not suboptimal, not like it's so much worse than hidden ability Dragonite. It is quite literally, in my opinion, actually useless, right? You need multi-scale on Dragonite. It's the most powerful. I don't think I have it on my depth on this account. Yeah, I do not. But the hidden ability on Dragonite is multi-scale, which makes it so whenever it's at full HP, it takes like 50% or a lot less damage, right? And you can use Roost to sustain it, etc., etc. It makes Dragonite much more powerful, makes it much more viable. Nobody's really running. We can actually go check PvP statistics. Yeah, 99% dragon multi-scale, right? This is probably just people who can't afford a multi-scale dragon or don't have one built yet, right? Multi-scale is better, right? Multi-scale is so good. The problem is if you win a Dragonite PvP reward and it doesn't have multi-scale, oh, you can just put the hidden ability on it though. Oh, well, how do you put the hidden ability on? Well, you can't breed it because PvP mods are unbreedable. You have to use prismatic pearls. Oh, okay, well, what's the big deal, Patrouski? Just put a prismatic pearl on your PvP reward mon. Okay, well, the PvP reward mon is 2 times 31, okay, with correct nature and like 20 plus and other stats. So it's a Pokemon that's worth about 150k, okay? A prismatic pearl is worth 300,000 Pokeyen. This is like if you had like a shitty 2k beater car and you spent like 10 grand to put like a new nice engine in it. It makes no sense. It's not, unless you love that car, it makes no sense to put a prismatic pearl on it. You'd rather just breed a new Dragonite from scratch. It makes no sense. So that like Dragonites or any mons that you get, like superiors, any Pokemon that you get from PvP rewards that don't have hidden ability access, that need hidden ability access to be usable, are useless. It's so bad. They are unbreedable. They're unusable in PvE. Maybe you could use them in PVM, but Dragonite's not really a PVM Pokemon. Like, not usable in raids, etc. So let's see. Let's actually read what. Let's get on. That's been my take for so long. Let's read what GB Weed actually has to say. As much as magic rewards may be important for new players, this is very true. They have no utility for old players and only pollute our mailbox. This is another big problem, is that older players just don't need these. They're not good enough for them. I think matchmaking reward Pokemon are, like he said, really fucking cool for new players, and really cool that you can get into PvP for free with them. I think it's amazing and really cool for my Iron Man account. However, I think that there should be a secondary, I think when you reach that point in your PvP rewards, and I'm no PvP expert, this is my opinion as a shiny hunter, right? So keep that with a grain of salt. I think you should be able to select between one prize and another. So basically, when you get to that many matchmaking points, it should be like, okay, you select Hitmontop, or you select like an amount of BP or RP or Pokeyen or whatever it may be. That doesn't hurt the economy. Whatever the item is, we can figure that out based on balance. We got to figure that. I think we need a second option, okay? If I could sell these, like GB Weed goes on to say, if I could sell these mons for 5k each to an NPC, I honestly would, which shows you how bad it is. If there was a box to check on matchmaking for limited to the mons reward, I would also check that box. Yeah, they literally like just can't. They just need to like release these. Like they're useless to them essentially. The players that use the ladder the most have no use for these mons, and on top of that, we'll also get rid of them. I'm okay with playing ladder and get nothing in return, but playing ladder just to fill my mailbox with these sort of mons is annoying. Please do something, whether it's something NPC or residual value, or allowing us to give them as a reward. Anything is better than the current situation. Ideally, I would love to get an IV booster item for gift mons that can be found in PvP Mystery Box. I don't think this will happen. Now, in terms of IV boosters, I don't think you can do IV boosters from PvP mystery boxes. This is something I disagree with GB Weed on. If you don't know, IV boosters or bottle caps in Pokemon are a thing in future Pokemon games, okay? These items would not work in PokeMMO because they would disincentivize breeding so much and it would destroy the economy, okay? You cannot have an item fix the IVs of a Pokemon because the number one problem every single Pokemon MMO needs to solve is how do you convince your players to sink good IV Pokemon out of the game, right? IV boosters for gifted mons only. That would be fine. Does he say that? To be fair, yeah, if I misread the word, I apologize. If it's IV boosters for gifted mons only, that's totally fine. That's an untradeable Pokemon. That actually might work. You can't breed it anyway. I would be so on board. IV boosters or bottle caps, let's call them, are doable in really specific ways. Someone once brought up the fact of what if you could like consume a 1x31 Pokemon and it would create a specific bottle cap that was like, it would be like, right, let's say I had let's say I consumed this Oddish. Okay, let's show it on screen. Let's say I consume this Oddish. Imagine if you could consume this Oddish and turn it into a bottle cap, and it would create a bottle cap that was specifically male plant, because it's plant aid group, male plant 31 speed bottle cap, and it would ignore all the other stats. You would get rid of it. You would lose value to some extent by losing this 25+ attack, for example. But I would be okay. I think there's maybe an argument there for like paying a certain amount of Pokeyen or doing something to like consume a Pokemon and turn it into a bottle cap. I think that could maybe work. But other than that, bottle caps are really hard to balance. This guy says, none of us will realize with these on trading X items. They're going to get prismatic pearls. I think that would be cool as well. I don't know how much that would hurt these. I think shinies, from my understanding, are consumed at a really healthy rate in PokeMMO. They've told us once that 60% of shinies in PokeMMO that come into the game are consumed either via breeding or used for prismatic pearls. So if we could turn in like 10 PvP rewards for 1 to 3 prismatic pearls, that would be kind of cool. Bottle caps are a really hard thing to balance, but I think it needs to be, if we're going to do that, it has to be done extremely well, or you could destroy the entire PokeMMO economy. So I understand the hesitation there. Next up, there's a long post here by Barrels, but it covers something very simple that I would love to see added that would help the game dramatically. Ditto box/box trading. Okay, for those who don't know, a lot of endgame PokeMMO is trading for shiny hunting, is trading 60 Dittos at a time, trading 60 Magikarps, Spirit Tombs, Charmanders, rare species, etc., etc. Trading these boxes of Pokemon, okay? And the problem is, it's pretty, I wouldn't say easy to get scammed. I mean, it is easy to get scammed. Thankfully, scams aren't that prevalent in PokeMMO, because scamming is against the rules, so you do get banned and stuff. Yeah, it's not even, you can just read the title and understand what he's going to say. The fact that they trade 5 at a time is annoying. This would prevent so much. What I like about this suggestion is not only is box trading really good for the players, it's really good for the devs. Do you know how much dev time goes into he said, she said arguments of them trying to decipher who scammed who like traded what box, like blah, blah, blah. Like, this would save them so much time. And I think that's something you can appeal to game developers on, is saving them time. It makes their work way more efficient. I think that would be huge. But I think some sort of box trading, we can just select a box of PC to trade it to a player. I think that would be amazing. I think that would be really, really cool to see. It helps the players, it speeds things up, it helps get rid of scams, and it helps the developers with a lot more efficiency. So, long-winded intro to the stream recap, but that is your daily source of news, PokeMMO information, tips, tricks, etc. I'm sure we'll have tons of questions. If you want to be involved in the stream recap, always join the streams. Come ask me questions. Say, hey, what's up? How you doing, Patrouski? What's PokeMMO doing today? What are you talking about, etc., etc. And get involved in the community. It's a beautiful community. There's a lot of cool stuff here, so let's get started. Thanks for joining me today, fellas. This is a great question. Hey, hi, Pat, I have a question. Where all the TMs in the market come from? It's a great question. So you don't have to, like, there's a lot of new players will just go to the GTL and just buy, like, Earthquake TMs. You can actually usually buy them cheaper over from shopping malls. I usually go to Unova. It's, like, the easiest one to access. Go to Unova, go to Opelucid City, and then go to the left. And there's a shopping mall right on that route. I think it's, like, the middle right shop has every single TM in the game, I believe. So, check that out. Great way to go pick up some TMs and get them at the correct base price. Sometimes TMs are cheaper on the GTL though. You do want to double check. A good example is maybe like Flamethrower. Not a good example right now, but sometimes that's been cheaper. Let's check Giga Drain. Have these gone up? Giga Drain's a decent example. Giga Drains are like 17k a piece on the GTL, but 25k from the Mart, so it depends on which one. The reason why they're some of these are cheaper is because a lot of them also come in from Reflect Light Screen are really cheap. A lot of these TMs, a lot of these TMs come in the game from sealed product, from goodie bags, Xmas presents, red envelopes, etc. A lot of these come in via sealed product. Yeah, Shadow Claw, wow, Shadow Ball. So make sure you double check. Those definitely get cheaper and cheaper at certain events. One of the most interesting short-term investments during events is buying a shit ton of a TM when it gets super cheap and then waiting for it to go up in price. I bought probably 30 Flamethrowers when they were like 8k, and now they're up to 30k again. I was waiting for a long time for that, but it happens over time. Wait, is this new? Is this from the custom strings? Look at the timer ball description. I think that's from custom strings. I think that's from the new I have a video on my channel if you're looking for them, the new super strings. That's awesome that it like shows the exact calculations. That's really cool of timer ball's catch rate. 1.0 on turn 1, 1.3 on turn 2, etc., etc. You see some crucial milestones of like on turn 8, it's 3.1. On turn 10, 3.7. On turn 11, it's that full 4 times. That's really, really cool. That's awesome. I bet there's other Pokeballs as well that get like kind of corrected. Let's do like Dream Ball. Dream Ball can be a weird one. Yeah. Slept first turn, 1.5. Second turn, 2.5. Third turn, 4 times. What about a Heavy Ball? Wow, that's impressive that it has. I think stuff like this should just be default in PokeMMO. I know that we're a pretty traditional game, but I think we could at least have extra information like this. We can play a traditional game and still make it like spreadsheet simulator and add extra information. Having stuff like this in the descriptions of PokeMMO seems crucial in my opinion. That's a hugely positive thing from strings. This is a good question. At what point of how long ago of a video you posted do you think it could end up being out of date? I hate, no. So I usually put outdated in my titles, or if there is something that is like a changed piece of information, it's in the description. I always say, if you're worried about outdated information, check description, check pinned comments, check title. I usually update things. For MMOs, for like PokeMMO, it just depends. There's been one instance of a video where I uploaded it and it was outdated when I uploaded it, and I was not proud of that. That was an unfortunate scheduling issue where I scheduled a video and then right as before it came out, PokeMMO buffed the XP Reamplifier. I thought a lot of the main points still that were interesting, but like that's happened once, which sucks. However, most of the time there are updated videos or things that are updated. It's very obvious usually. I have videos that are 3-4 years old that are still perfectly up to date, right? But sometimes there are things, it just really depends. There are videos that are 3 months old that go out of date. If Johto releases, or there's a buff or a nerf to like fossil farming, for example, with the item magnet charm, that's been a big one. Like certain stuff, there's no 100% way to check, right? There's videos that are 4 years old that are 1000% accurate, and there's videos that are 3 months old that are usually a little bit, sometimes off. And I try to just update it as soon as possible. Obviously, hopefully we have the common knowledge and understanding of if it comes to like money-making guides in PokeMMO, that's totally dependent on the market. That stuff changes all the time. Now, hopefully the strategies don't change that dramatically, but things like Ditto farming and fossil farming, the strategies for these methods have changed dramatically over the past 2 years. They've probably changed 10 times a piece over the past 2 years. So it really depends, unfortunately. I try to update things as much as possible. If you ever feel like a video of mine is outdated and it doesn't say so in the title, in the description, in a comment, leave a comment and I will pin your comment, I'm a big fan of thanking the commenters who helped me with that stuff, because it's a big task trying to give as much updated information on the game as possible. So if you ever feel like there's something outdated, leave a comment. Let me know. A good example is the starter guide, every starter location in PokeMMO. A really common one is like Chimchar. In my video, I messed up. the Chimchar location, there's 2 different sides to the route. I think in the video, I say like, oh, you just go to like route 211 or 12 or whatever it is in Sinnoh, right? And you catch Chimchar. However, there's 2 sides to the route, and Chimchar only spawns on one side, not the other. And that was like a really annoying, like, oh, fuck. Really annoying mess up where like the Pokedex just didn't provide enough information, in my opinion. And I probably should have done more due diligence to double checked. But I'm going to be honest. I try to be honest. I try to do the best I can. Uploading daily videos, I'm going to make mistakes. It's going to happen. And I really appreciate those who politely call it the mistakes instead of saying things when a mistake happens in a video and someone's like, oh, he's spreading misinformation. And it's like a little bit. And I take a lot of responsibility for that. I really do. Leave a comment. I'll pin it, description. You know, I try to always add as much information as possible. When I've uploaded 3,000 videos, mistakes are gonna happen, and I appreciate people understanding that. But I also appreciate people holding me accountable for it. So it's a whole mixture of conversation there. And I appreciate, once again, comments. If you feel like something's outdated, let me know. But every video should have a description, a comment, title, etc. if it is outdated. Great question. All right, I haven't said it all stream, and I honestly haven't been drawing enough attention to it. If you guys want to support the stream, if my PokeMMO content has earned it from you, it's ever been helpful, and you can afford it, you want to get yourself some groceries while also supporting me, while also supporting my community, go ahead and HelloFresh sub using the link in the description. You'll get a massive discount, number 1. You'll get groceries, number 2. You'll support me in the most generous way possible, and you'll give back to my own community, helping out with the streamathon upcoming on May 31st. Every single HelloFresh sub, I will extend the streamathon by an hour. I will open 10 mysterious Pokeballs, and I will give away more prize box Pokemon on those days. So make sure to go ahead and check out the HelloFresh link in the description. It's the best way to support the content by far. Is there any speculation on a summertime-ish event for PokeMMO? I really don't think there will be a summertime event. I could be wrong. I think it's very likely 80 to 90% chance there's a summertime update. It's very and this is guesstimation from a player. I don't have inside information or resources. This is just a guess from a player, okay? I don't think this is like a promise from the devs. It's very likely, in my opinion, based on the way that they've talked, that there will be a decent size update like there is most years during the summertime. So I think it's very likely there's a I'm getting distracted, sorry. There's an update, but not an event. Why am my brain lagging so hard? So I think the VGC update's most very likely. I think I've been saying we'll see an alpha nerf, and it's never happened, so I'm losing hope on that. I'm hoping we see an alpha nerf. I think it's likely that we see the VGC update this summer, and maybe like more PvP updates beyond that, maybe some fixes to the rewards that we've talked about. And other than that, we'll have to just see. It's really open air and open-ended between what they can. We just never really know. I'll never forget when they added lures to the game, and nobody asked for lures, and we were all like, what the fuck? Like, do these really matter? And then lures were like one of the best updates ever. So like, it just depends. Yeah, permanent raids have surely got to be coming. The question is, are they going to be this summer or like this fall or like this upcoming event season? I have no idea. Pat, why do you think the price of a good cosmetic is going up so much? Do you think more people are swiping for yen right now? I don't think it's that. I don't think more people are swiping. I think I could be wrong. Maybe it's a mixture. I'm sure everything's a mixture in the market, right? I bet you it's this happens every year. We're just outside of event season, right? Like no new vanities are coming in, right? So like no new vanities are coming into the game, so it's just like, oh, what there is what there is, and people are like looking back and like getting hyper fixated and like getting interested in them and like et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So when there's no new vanities, people are there's no more new supply. It's just supply and demand. There's no new supply. It's just the demand is there and the supply is dwindling because it's not event season. During event season, a lot of vanities tank, a lot of vanities go down. A lot of vanities, when they come in, the new vanities, like they're all going like super cheap, and then you buy the vanities super cheap during the event season, and then usually they go up. Not always. It's a kind of a high risk, high reward. Especially RP vanities are like the most high risk, high reward. So be careful. But yeah, vanities just generally are at their peak around this time of year, around the summertime. It's probably the next 2 months or so, they'll probably continue to go up and then go down or so after a while. What good shinies to flex, dude. Oh my goodness. Here with the shiny Alomomola, one of the rarest shinies. In terms of like difficulty to hunt, it's just an egg hunt, right? But it's one of the rarest in terms of like quantity in the game. Very few people actually egg hunt for Alomomola. And they almost never happen naturally because you can only get them via Phenos. So that's like a really rare one to see. And this Sableye, I'm pretty sure was a Shalfa Sableye, which is crazy. All right, but I think that's where I'm going to go ahead and call it for today, boys. We played a ton of PvP. We did a ton of progress on the Iron Man. Once again, I cannot say it enough. If you want to support the Iron Man progress, if you've enjoyed watching it a little bit in the background on the stream recaps, check out the first progress episode this Sunday. It's probably going to be about an hour or two of a video. I'm trying to make it as succinct as possible, but I also have put 51 hours into this account within the past 4.5 days. So I'm obsessed. I'm loving it. Hopefully you guys love it as well when it comes out on Sunday. Keep an eye out for it. Thank you so much for watching. Like the video if you enjoyed it. Dislike if not. Subscribe to the channel if you want to see daily PokeMMO videos every single day for this game that I love so much. Discord's down below for updates on my content. So for example, I streamed on a Friday today. That was unexpected. I'll always let you know there. Same with I took off yesterday. I always update my Discord on when I'm streaming, when I'm not streaming, etc., etc. You can follow me on Twitch for streams, usually Monday through Thursday at 12 p.m. ET. I'm pretty consistent on that. And if you want to go above and beyond and support the content, HelloFresh is the best way to do so this month by far. It gets you groceries, it supports me, and it supports the streamathon at the end of the month. I'll see you guys later. Have a good one. Good luck on randoms PvP. Start an Iron Man account. And good luck on your shiny hunts. I'll see you guys. Have a good one. Peace, Reno. Yo, Patrouski here, and I wanted to thank you personally for watching the video until the very end. I really, really appreciate that. And if your name is on this list, thank you to the moon and back, because you allow me to even make these videos by supporting the channel. Thank you so much for watching, and have a great day.